Parshas Netzubim Vayelech. This week we see in the Parsha Atam Netzubim Hayim Kilchem Lefnai Hashem Elokaychem, and it says in the Pusik Tapchem Neshaichem V'Gaychu Asher Kedem Machnechu Machoite Vatsechu Atshoiv Mamechu. And the first Pusik it says also Rishaichem Sheftaichem Zeknaichem V'Shetraichem. There's 10 levels of Yidden. Then we see Rasha says something very interesting. Rasha says that when the Yidden heard all the clueless, their faces became green and they were very scared. So Moshe started to tell them, Atam Netzuvim Hayoim, you're still here, you're still loved by Hashem, you're still needed. And let's dive in a bit deeper what's going on over here. And it says in all the Svurim that Atam Netzuvim Hayoim goes on Rosh Hashanah. Hayoim is the Yom Hadin. And we know that Rosh Hashanah is coming, and some people get very scared. It's a scary time. We do a cheshbon hanefesh of what the person did the whole past year, and we have some inner negative feelings about ourselves going into Rosh Hashanah. Of it might be a scary time. Hashem might be angry with what we did in the past year. So how can we go into Rosh Hashanah with a bit more chizik, like Moshe Rabbani did? Atem Netzuvim Hayoim. You are standing right here, right now, and Hashem wants you, Hashem needs you. And we see in the Parsha there's 10 levels of Eden. The Nesiv Shulam says this on Rosh Hashanah, that every single Yid could do tshuva at his own level, even if you're a choitav Aitzechu or shoiv maimechu. It doesn't matter where you at. Every Yid at his level of closeness to Hashem has their own level of doing tshuva. And there's a mushal, he brings down an amazing mushal from a king. A king once came to visit a parade of soldiers, and he was supposed to visit on a certain day and go through all the soldiers, and there was a little lake in the middle of the parade, and one of the soldiers was very hot, and he wanted to go swim in the lake, so he took off his clothing and went inside the lake to swim. And he figured that by the time the king comes up, he is going to be ready and standing in his position with all his gear. Now what happened is the king came unexpectedly. The king came to the parade very early, and the king was about to pass the spot where the soldiers in the lake without any clothing. So the soldier thought to himself, what should he do? He was in a dilemma. Should he stay in the lake and not come out because he has no clothing, or should he come out without his clothing and just show the king that the king has, the king is here, now I have to stand before the king? So what he did is he did come out and stand just like that before the king. And the king had a big nachas riyach that he took the courage to do anything just because the king is here. He came however he is. That is the nimshal of Rosh Hashanah. There's many Eden. There's many different levels when we start thinking of the godless of Hashem and the whole Bri and the whole world. It says in Rosh Hashanah, I heard a new concept of what happens in Rosh Hashanah. So Hashem sits with the Maluchim and sits and goes through the entire creation, goes through every person, every tree, every animal, and makes like an inventory stock of what is needed and what is just extra. Is the things that are in this world, they were all sent down for a reason. So are they all doing their things, what they're supposed to do, or are they just deviating from the plan? So we can eliminate that. That is what's happening on Rosh Hashanah. That's why we focus on the Vaikis on Rosh Hashanah. We focus on Mamlech, being Mamlech the Hashem, and completely connecting to Hashem on Rosh Hashanah, because we want to be in that category of Hashem wants us to be here, and Atam Netzuvim Hayoim Kilchem. So a person could sometimes thinks that based on his past, based on his beliefs, based on what he did, he is unworthy of standing before Hashem, of being bedvaikis Hashem. And this is what Moshe Rabbani is coming to tell you. Atam Netzuvim Hayoim Kilchem. Even the shoiv mamechu, even the rushaichem, it doesn't matter. That's all a perceived ego of what you are. You are a shuri peer, or you are a rabbi, or it's all a cover of for you to think what you are and to identify yourself with some position. But in the real essence, is everyone is the neshama, this very, very profound and holy neshama that we all have this connection. And that's what Rosh Hashanah comes to speak about, to be in complete devikis with Hashem. And I saw in there's a Sefer told us Yaakov Yosef, he writes there that it says that there's 3 svudim open on Rosh Hashanah by night, the tzaddikim, the bainim, and the reshuim, and they write you in a certain sefer of what you're going to be. And he says the pshat is that every person writes in what's going to be your future year. They don't write what you're going to be, based on your past. You have an option to ask you in the future year, do you want to be close to Hashem? Okay, good. We'll write you right away in the Sifra Chaim. That's why it says Alta L'chaim Tov Neshulam. It's right away. Alta in the second. If he screams Hamelech, he blows shofar, he comes back to Hashem. Right away, they write him in to the Sifra Chaim, because it's not a time of onchim, of punishing on the past sins. It's a different perspective, but that's going to help you be more in the mood of avodas Hashem, feel more closer to Hashem, and that's automatically going to make you do more mitzvahs and to daven and to do whatever Hashem wants you to do in this world. Have an amazing week.